Welcome back, baby, to the Nikkei Show podcast, the number one podcast where we talk about anything that we desire. It's 2023, and I am back. Sorry for the long-awaited hiatus of me not recording or not even posting any videos on the Nikkei Show podcast. I kind of took some time, basically, to reflect on both channels, which I will be talking about later down the line. I'm your host, Nikkei, by the way, also known as Pika Videos, or just Pika, period. Go subscribe to my main channel, link in the description down below. Hi, audio listeners. Been a long time no see, audio listeners. Well, no, here, for you guys. For those that are watching this on Spotify. Hey, Spotify viewers, how's it going? You guys don't get to see my beautiful face with acne. I'm having the weirdest breakout of acne today, and I genuinely hate that. Anyways, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. It's been such a long time. It's the first ever episode of 2023. I guess it's the first episode, of a new season of the podcast. I'm going to be trying to be a lot more consistent this time around for the Nikkei Show podcast. And just in general, as I've said in my channel, I said that I didn't really knew where any of the YouTube channels were going to be going in the next couple of months/years. Like I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do and what I was planning to do, but I finally have a pure direction as to where I want to go, and I'm gonna follow that direction all the way through and through. So with that being said, I am back, and I'm just gonna talk about life. I'm gonna talk about stuff. So I guess I'll start talking about how is school, I would say. First things first, school has been going pretty okay, I would say. Again, it's school. School is not always fun. It's sometimes boring, and it is what it is. It's school. But so far in my tech class, I am basically almost done with my class. I'm almost done with my year, actually. We just did our interviews for jobs, and, well, guess what, guys? I gotta have a co-op. It's gonna be pretty darn cool. It was actually my first time ever doing like a proper interview, because when I had my first ever job, for those that don't know, I worked at a grocery store for around a year and a half, and actually, probably, I would have been going on 2 years, probably, if it wasn't for, I'm going to be honest, terrible work conditions. Not terrible, but mostly, I would say, pretty shitty. Pretty shitty, without naming the company or whatever, so I don't get, like, a fucking slap. But, yeah, no, working at a grocery store is not an easy task. But when I first jumped in, I was about to finish my high school when I started working there. I think I had like one more. Yeah, I had one more year before finishing high school, and my mom was like, "Hey, you need to go get a job." I'm like, "Bet, I'll go get a job." So I applied to a Canadian Tire, but then right after that, it was a grocery store. There was a grocery store right next to it, and went through, and I knew for a fact that other store, like the Canadian Tire, they were going to call me on Monday and see, hey, you want the job or not, or blah blah. Or do you just want to review my survey and look through all my shit and see if I'm okay to work there? But I went to the grocery store, and the fucking minute I landed my goddamn ass there, I am sorry if I am cursing at literally 4 minutes of the podcast, but once I fucking land myself there, you know what happened? I was hired. They didn't even really did an interview. Like, the person that was right there, right next to me, she was like, okay, you want a job, kid? I'm like, yeah. You want to start tomorrow? No, it's Saturday. I think she said Saturday. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I got the job just like that. out of the blue. By the way, it was during the time when COVID was around, but like masks weren't really like a thing. Um, well, they were a thing, but it wasn't like a. I don't think it was a major thing. At least for employees, we weren't necessarily needed to have a mask. But after that, I was running around with a goddamn mask on my face, so that was just pleasant. Um, pleasant for acne. Not. I mean, I didn't mind having a mask actually. It was really good because I was working at fruits and veggies. And every time I would go to the freezer, I would freeze to fucking death. But at least I had my mask on. That way I could just go, breathe into something good. But if I wanted something cool because I'm fucking warm and I'm sweating as shit, take off my mask in a back store. Because you were actually allowed to take out. There's like a little section. There was like a specific section where you could like take off a mask. Well, actually, it was upstairs. You take out the mask upstairs and cool up upstairs. It was really really nice. It was a good time. Good time. Well, that was on lunch breaks and stuff. So, whatever. That aside, I worked there for around a year and a half. Then had a proper interview, and honestly, it was very very rough, especially during that time as well, because I was at school and I was also doing a bit of YouTube. During that time, it was actually during the time where my YouTube was actually popping off, and I was being very, very consistent. But unfortunately, work hit me way too hard, and I basically got a burnout out of that. And every time I would go and work there, it was horrifying. Because I'm saying this like it was some fucking dramatic thing, but it was generally terrible. I think a lot of people that worked there would probably also tell you, yeah, it was pretty shitty. Like, it's fun to work there part time, but even if I was working part time, they would make me do stuff. Like, they would make me do shifts that were like super fucking like impossible. I was doing like 2 closes, man. I had to do 2 closes at the fruits and veggies. Okay, I had to do the close of the cutting section, because if you ever been to like some grocery stores, I don't know if in the U.S. some of you guys have these, but there's like a big round circle, right, where there's all like, or oval, or where the fuck the form is, but basically there's like for our grocery store, round circle full of salads, full of fruits and veggies to be cut and done. I had to take care of that workstation, and I had to take care of the fucking department, because some people wouldn't do their jobs correctly, or and I mean this, they will not show up, and they're like, "Oh, do 2 closes," and I'm like, at first I didn't mind this at first. I was like, okay, yeah, if it's only for a week, it's only for like a couple of days, sure. Nope, a month and a half of doing this. Like, I'm a machine, sure, you can say that, but like, for fuck's sakes, I've been, for those that have been through these types of stuff, and I wasn't rewarded for shit. Like, no, actually, I was rewarded because I did overtime. I remember I did overtime, and I had double my pay that single week, and I was so goddamn happy, because I knew that after that I would have fucking collapsed, man. If I didn't have like at least like a good solid pay, I think I would have fucking collapsed on the floor. So good thing that happened when. I say that overtime shift was my blessing, for sure, because at least I got some money. But yeah, when I got back to school, I said, "Fuck it, I'm quitting the job." I couldn't control. It was either go work at a job at the same time as going to school, knowing that they don't respect their schedules and stuff, and my appliance, which I asked them if I were to do this, if I were to continue working here, it would have to be on weekends. 1 day out of the weekend. Only 1, maybe 2, max. Didn't even listen. And I mean, to be fair, they're I guess if you want to defend them a bit, they were out of staff. They still are. It's still a big thing, because we're literally losing a lot of companies are looking for people, so you guys better be ready for your job applications because people want you to be there now. So God knows what's going to be happening in the next several years after that. If we're going to have more people working at specific places or not. But anyways, especially for grocery stores, it doesn't pay much, to be honest. Like, if you work at a grocery store, you know. But yeah, no. I'm making this massive talking about my grocery store experience for a long time. Holy shit, let me talk about what I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I got my first ever interviews with some pretty high people. Don't want to name the companies, don't want to name whatever, just for the sake of it. But I remember the first interview that I had to do, because we need to do an interview for my class, because it's the way that it works, and you know, if I need to pass my year, I have to do it and get a job. Duh. So what happened was, the first interview that I got, you know, I was dressed for success. On that day, I knew that it was my turn at, like, I think mine was supposed to be at 4. Yeah, it was supposed to be at 4, but I got it at like 3:30-ish. Not really. I think it was 3 o'clock. I think I got mine at 3 instead of 4. So I go inside of the place. The teacher guides me to the thing, and I go in, and automatically there's 3 people. They're supposed to represent the 3 departments inside of the company, but there's technically 4. There's 4. The 4th one was missing for some reason. So, the first one that I shook my hand to, which was the one on my right, that's my left, but for you guys it's my right. But you get the point. The one on my right, he was very, very nice, very, very sweet. He was very, very good. The one, I'll get to the one in the middle. The one on the left seemed to not give a shit. And that to me kind of like turned me off, because I was like, okay. What I mean by that is that I'm going to explain the entire scenario from A to Z later, but like he really was like a laid back person, like a very weird laid back person. It's like, I'm laid back. I am giving a shit. Don't worry, I'm giving a shit. I'm asking you questions here. Like if he had the chance, I think he would have fucking summoned his feet, slap into the fucking desk, and just like chill there, like or some shit. I don't know. And he used to be an old student. Oh my god, my camera is a bit dusty. I'm just noticing this now. But anyways, that aside, maybe I should change my lightings. Hold on. That's better. Anyways, so the guy in the middle, right? Sorry for the interruption. Guy in the middle, very, very oddly, I had a weird feeling. He was very odd, but like, he was super nice at the beginning, but I didn't really have like a very certain thought with him. You know, I wasn't too sure if he was like, you know, chill or not. So I had to like, you know, see what they would ask us questions or whatever. And so I was like, okay, ready for the interview. Let's see what they got. Before I passed in, I knew that they were strict, because all the other students that had interviews with that company, they had the fucking most weirdest questions. So I knew I had to be precise, but I didn't know how precise that they wanted me to go. And that was the thing that I was scared about, because they wanted to be like very precise questions. It wasn't like a personality test or anything, because like, I don't know, some fucked up reason, I guess. But okay, I'm gonna turn this back. Hold on, guys. There you go. That's a bit better. Anyways, distractions aside, they want, like, it wasn't personalities, like I said. It wasn't a personality test like some interviews do. It was mainly like a knowledge test, which initially turned me off a bit, but I was like, okay, let's see what they have. Let's see what they got. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that terrible. Just be precise, and that's all. I kid you not. The one in the middle kept, like, the first question, they're like, okay, how do you know if a printer is, not working? It's not connected or something or whatever, or where the fuck, right? And I'm like, okay. So, I say the things that pop out in my head first. Because these are like the first things that pop into my head. These are the first things that pop into my head now. Literally in the middle of this conversation. Of course, there's many other options, but like, So they're like, okay, this is a freebie. This is a freebie question, but we want to be a little more precise. And I'm like, how precise? Like, I asked him, how precise do you want this? A to Z. Every option that you have. But I was like, okay, but a specific order that I'm supposed to look at? Am I supposed to, like... So anyways, I give them all my other options, like, for example, is it on? Is it even turned on in the first place? Is the switch turned on? Is the power cord connected? Is it connected to the server? Like, is it connected to the computer? Like, they were zero precise on anything, but they wanted me to be precise, which I was like, okay. Fucking weird. So that was one of the weirder questions. And then they kept on asking other questions, like, how would you do to, like, move around with a laptop, for example. So I tell them how to do it. Like, I tell them, and I remember this. I knew that the middle, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I knew that the middle guy hated me. I think honestly the one that was on my right, he was really, really, like, really into, and probably not into me, but, like, not in that way, guys. Not in that way. No, not in that way. But he was, like, really, like, a little more nicer, a little more sweeter. He liked me more than I would say the two others. But even I didn't feel the connection with the entire group in general. It was very weird. It was probably the most awkward fucking interview I ever had in my life, to be honest. So yeah, parenthesis aside, I tell them how to, like, move a laptop. So, take off the laptop, make sure it's all readied up for the freaking thing. It had to be precise. So I have to specify things. So I specified a couple of things. I even specified, like, specific attributes if a client has. Like, for example, if it has a wireless mouse or whatever to deconnect the Bluetooth or some shit, whatever. And then I say, once arrived on the top floor, because it had to move from the bottom floor to the top floor. And the middle guy's like, oh, we're already at the top floor. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean already at the top? What else do you want me to say? Oh, we went into the elevator? Like, hello? I walked right next to the guy. Like, all the way up to his workstation. Like, it's not a PC. Like, they even especially told me that it's not a PC. It is not a freaking regular tower PC. It is a laptop. That is the most simplest fucking question you can ever ask. Like, it's not like, oh, well, I had to take, put everything back where it needs to be, grab all the cords, freaking put the HDMI shit into the goddamn PC. See if it works with the new monitor. See if it works in general. If anything fucked up. Everything. Check everything. Windows is accounted for. Fucking... Nothing has gone fucked up inside of the goddamn motherboard. No RAMs went flying up to the wazoo, Like... That's a lot more complicated to say and to check around than a fucking laptop. I'm sorry, but it's a laptop. Like, the only thing you need to check is, does it still work? Like, you click on the start button and, you wait till you get in and then, I have a laptop. I'm using a laptop right now to record myself. which is not a very good practice. I can't wait to get a new laptop. Side note, not a new laptop, but a new PC, which I need to get the money for that. So, yeah. Anyways, that aside, that first interview was garbage. The second one, though, it was good. That was like 100% my personal favorite interview I've ever had in my life. It was so nice. The atmosphere was really good. The three people that were there, they were fantastic. And I loved every single one of their questions. I loved every single one of their personalities. They were really, really nice to me. And I felt normal there. I felt like I was meant to be there. And so literally the day after, what was funny is that when I got the second interview, I wasn't aware I had a second interview because the teacher didn't send shit. He's like, oh, I forgot to send you guys this, but hey, you have an interview this morning? And I look at him, fucking stressed eyes. I was like, what the fuck? So I go and I did my interview and it went so well. It's kind of sucked though that I didn't went with like, the full drip because I wasn't dripping, honestly. I was only wearing my champion sweatshirt and stuff. But yeah, I kind of wish I was dripping. Water spilling. That's what we call ejaculation. But yeah, no. Did my interviews. That's my interview story, guys. So yeah, I have to do a couple of errands here and there. I have to fill out the papers. And yep, I'll be starting working this summer. It's gonna be pretty fucking boggers if you ask me. I'm pretty much excited for doing that. It's gonna be pretty darn cool. But yeah, aside from that, school has been the studies have been fucking awful. But yeah, so far it's been that my school experience so far. We're almost at the year end. I think we have like two more like major other courses because we just learned a course today as I'm recording this. We just learned a course, and well, we just started a course. Better said. And yeah, no, it was it was definitely something. It was definitely something. Let me tell you. Because it's sort of like a continuation to like a previous course that we had, but it's like more details and stuff. Anyways, those types of courses. Okay, I need to change this again. Hold on. I feel like this is just better, but it feels like everything's all dirty there. I might like clean my camera after the recording. I'm sorry. Maybe I should clean it now. Hold on, boys. I'm cleaning it mid talking. Well, not really much better, but much better in my eyes. Anyways, that aside, very good so far in terms of school. Very fun times, and also very hard times. I would say a lot more hard times than fun times, but it's fun. It's still fun course regardless. Up next, boys, because I'll have to talk about how I am in general. Doing fine, diggity damn fine. Like life could be a dream. Shaboom, if I can take you out to paradise of above. I mean, I could talk about my holidays and stuff. I could talk about these, but the holidays are already passed, and it's already the time of me recording this. It is the 24th of January. So yeah, get yourselves prepared because it's almost February. Time fucking flies, man. We're already in 2023. It really surprises me that we're really this far into the year. I'm very much shocked that time is not going slower. But I guess this is a thing. I mean, I've been told this that time flies faster when you get older. And I was like, oh, that's bullshit. I can't say my age because I don't want to say my age, but as now a college student, I'm like, yeah, it goes faster than high school, alright? Because I knew high school went very fast, but college is getting faster and faster. I'm just like, man, every day it's flying. It's just going nuts. It's going crazy. It's been it has been something. It has been the journey. I think some people might also remark this as well. That if you get older, once you get older, time does fly fast, and you need to learn to appreciate life. That's an important factor here. Wise words. Appreciate every little moment of life. Oh, well, I guess I'll send in a little bit of a news segment here. A news segment called I ate the best pizza ever. Okay. In Ottawa, I don't want to like say anything about, like the place just yet. Like I don't want to reveal the name of the restaurant for the sake of it. For the sake of not being stalked. But there's this one restaurant in Ottawa. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. It is such a fucking amazing restaurant. Went there for my birthday, which already passed. It's January 11th. It was January 11th. Usually I would have streamed it, but didn't do that. I just wanted some time for myself, some time for whatever. And my birthday party was the few days before my actual birthday. So I went. Gonna bleep that. So we went to the pizza. We went to the pizza place, and oh my god, was that a fucking delicious. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. We went there back in November or December. I'm trying to recall. I think it was December. Maybe it was. I think it was September. No. Anyways, in between September and November, not December, but I think it was in between September and November. It was so good. Discovering that restaurant was such a fucking blessing. I was like, yo, pizza, and I was like, yo, okay, bro, the pesto pizza. Oh my god, it was so fucking good. It was so freaking good, man. Afterwards, like the margarita pizza was that in itself. I don't know if it has an actual margarita in it, but it was fucking good. The meat lovers was amazing. Fucking everything. It's a good little Italian place. For those that know where that is, go there. Tell your friends to go there. It's a fucking great place. It's really, really good. I love that, man. I would go, honestly, I would go there every weekend if it wasn't so fucking long to drive all the way there, but it's fucking worth, like, for the price as well. It's all fucking worth, man. Like, actually I don't think the price was like that expensive. I'm trying to recall, but it was so good. And also many desserts, tiramisu. My favorite dessert is tiramisu, if you guys don't know. Favorite dessert of all time. Like, it's in the top 10. Okay, it's not in top. It's number one. It's number one. It's if it's not in your top 10s, it's in my top 10 for sure. It's number one. But if it's not in your top 10, you're missing out. Or even if you've never had tiramisu, you're missing out. It's actually pretty fucking easy to make it. Actually, I managed to make some tiramisu with the peeps, with the fam, and we put, instead of like pure coffee or whatever, we put like a maple syrupy coffee. Canadians, am I right? And it was so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, actually, it wasn't maple syrup. I think it was normal coffee. I don't know if it's normal coffee and we put maple syrup in it, because I know we put maple syrup in it. But anyways, that aside, fucking good. Buy the lady fingers and stuff. It's really good. Honestly, this is my recommendation. Get yourselves the time to fucking cook food for yourselves, okay? I've managed, listen, I have managed to cook some pretty good dishes on my own, to be honest. Like, I know it's boring. You're like, oh, can't I just buy ramen, which ramen is good for like a fast, quick meal. If you want to make a real proper supper, fucking take the time to do it. Take the time to do it. Okay, it doesn't take much, but like it takes the entire day to do. Then do it. You know, if it takes the entire day, do it the entire day. If it takes a couple of minutes, then just take a couple of minutes to do it. Not that complicated. But yeah, no, I was generally shocked on how good I've become at cook. Like, I'm not the best. I'm not saying I'm the best. Far from it. I'm not Gordon Ramsay yet, but I have my ways. I have my teachers, and I have my YouTube tutorials to help me out. And to be fair, I've known how to make homemade bread before, but last year I made my homemade garlic bread, which like egg washless. Like, it's an eggless type of bread, which personally way better, way better. It wasn't really fell because like it was, you know, it was still the bread. The only thing we fucked up a bit on the recipe, but like it wasn't. What I mean, I mean like my mom tried to figure out how to like make it rise with me, because I was like, hey, why isn't it like, because it rose, but like it wasn't getting crispy golden brown. I was like, okay, why is it not golden brown yet? You know. Turns out that we needed the oven to be doing all around and whatever, because the tutorial didn't say otherwise, so it has to be conventional. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't know my terms, but yeah. And I also have now things to weigh shit with, so that's pretty fucking cool. Oh yeah, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. This is 2023, so do you guys have any New Year's resolutions? I have a couple for sure. Some I don't want to talk about just yet. One of which is obviously, you know, being a lot more consistent on YouTube and trying to reach a personal goal of mine to maybe try, you know, maybe reach 1K subs. Could be cool. Could be interesting. But who knows? With my upcoming project, upcoming videos, I think I might be reaching that. Maybe I might be able to reach that. So far we're at 354. By the way, guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. You guys have been fucking amazing, and I cannot thank you guys enough for everything you guys have done on this channel to help me out in general. And all the love and support that you guys have given to the community is insane. By the way, Discord server link in the description down below. Join the community. Twitter as well. Follow me on Twitter. I retweet shit, and you know, I exist. But yeah, essentially one of my other things is to train more. I actually want to say this. I don't really have I had a sort of training schedule. Not really. If I'm gonna be honest, like I was like, you know, I was getting back into my shape when I was back in the cadets, because once I left the cadets, you know, I was like, okay, you know what, I miss doing runs and stuff, and I would run during the summertime. Honestly, winter, it's horrible. Winter is a horrible time to run. I forbid myself to run in the wintertime. If it's not like bright sunny day and like the fucking roads are not like slippery as shit, then okay, fine, but that's like reserved for like springtime. It's like winter, like I think the winter time, for those that actually know how this feels, for me it pisses me off personally, because I'm Canadian, and you know, Canadians, we have like 16 feet of snow all the fucking time. No, 16 billion, not just 16 billion feet of snow. Sometimes we have like 50 centimeters of snow. We're like, what the fuck, man? Where did that come from? It's almost half my fucking body, man. I'm like what, 5'4", 5'6"? Don't know, man. Don't remember. But anyways, That aside, um, yeah, it just sucks because I'm basically a runner. I love running here and there, but I haven't done that in a while. I haven't really done that. I went on walks a lot. I walked a lot more last year, but I didn't went on runs as much. So I feel like I'm gonna try and switch that up a bit, while still keeping my walks here and there. Not because here's the thing: I walk already to go to school, so it's like it's a bit hard for me to do that. But I think I might have an idea to, fix my schedule up so that I can actually do some consistency and also doing some training as well, during the weekends. Train my body up, go to the gym. If it's a free gym, don't need any cards to get in. Like a school gym or something, whatever. Just go there and be like, yo, let's go. Let's just wait some lifts, baby. But yeah, or if I maybe just grab my because I don't. One of my friends told me that if you just grab your little citizen card, you can just go where the fuck you need to go. But I digress. Aside from that, I guess another resolution is just to be a better person in general. I think everyone wants to be a better person to not just themselves but to everyone around, and learn from your experiences. And obviously for me, I want to do that. I've learned a lot about myself over literally the past 2 years, especially with me officially coming out as an asexual. Only you know your true self, but like sometimes you discover things about yourself and that you're like, oh yeah, I actually like tomatoes. Or no, I don't like tomatoes, but this is a random example. It's like, oh, I actually like this thing now. So you still discover things about yourself, but you still know who you are, regardless. But I just want to be a better person in general, better human being. Just like every single year, I think everyone should probably have that goal, is just to be a better person and strive to become the better version of yourself every single time. Every single day you want to strive to be that better person. And I think that's a good way to end off today's episode of the podcast. A nice short and sweet episode of the podcast. Good returning. I guess before I end off, I will say if there's going to be any guests or not. I don't think there's going to be any guests personally. Not right now, not that I know of, but hey, eventually down the line we might be getting some guests. Who knows? Maybe it's some special guests. Super Zero return, maybe. Maybe some other people that want to join to the Nikkei Show podcast. Who knows? But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Nikkei Show podcast. If you did, like and subscribe. Don't forget to not take any drugs, and if you get one pregnant, make sure you're hot. Is there anything else I have to say? Oh yeah. Stay safe on the road, kids. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Nikkei Show podcast. Probably gonna be a little more longer of an episode for the next one. Hopefully. All right, guys. See y'all later. Peace.